Grand Rising, everybody. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button. On your way in, go ahead and ring the bell if you haven't already. Ring the bell so you can get notified when I upload videos and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing in the YouTube streets. Now, let me see. I should be live. Sorry, you guys. Let's see. Yep, I'm live. Okay, everything's in order. Everything's in order. Everything's in order. Order in the court. Order in the court. Okay, so we are going to be talking about Real Housewives of Dubai this morning. And I wanted to just do the season recap and talk about the downfall of what happened with Ayan and Lisa Milan, you guys. So we're going to get into it here. Now, because I am going live from YouTube, you're going to have to double tap the screen to like it. And you will also have to go in there to see how to subscribe. You go to the three dots. Ooh, this coffee is good. I've been getting up at 3 o'clock every morning, you guys. I'm a woman of a certain age. And I went from needing sleep to getting up every morning at 3 o'clock. I just get up and I'm up and it's 3 o'clock and that's what happens. So, yes, let's get into it. We're going to be recapping Real Housewives of Dubai season finale. The episode was called Life's a Beach, but I think Ayan was being a beach. And I'll tell you why in a minute. And I think Stanberry and Talene were in on the shits. I did not like how excited Brooks was at the demise of the other people's friendship when she had receipts that they were coming after Lisa Milan. So we'll get into all of that, you guys. Hopefully I'll remember. It's early. I have some notes. Let's see if I can follow along. Okay, so in this episode of Real Housewives of Dubai, we have Stanberry and Chanel Ayan coming together to do a party of the two queens of Dubai. And to me, it's clear that Ayan. So, okay, wait. Let me say this. All the ladies on the cast were saying that Lisa Milan is Chanel Ayan's puppet master, and that she had her hand up her ass, making her say what she wanted to say, be who she wanted to be with, act how she wanted to act. And let me just lend that it's not lost on me that Chanel Ayan kind of needs a puppet master. She doesn't have a lot of context. She's beautiful and she's stylish, but her brand is that she's not the smartest one. She's just beautiful. Her brand is that she doesn't think too hard about anything. Okay. So she needs somebody to think for her, you guys. She needs somebody to direct her. She needs somebody to stick their hand up her ass and help her maneuver in these spaces, because she's used to just walking down a runway and not having to rely on anything else. With that being said, I feel like Chanel Ayan had Lisa's hand surgically removed from her butt by Talene, Stanberry, and Brooks and Sarah. He was even in on the shits, you guys. Only to have them insert their hands in Chanel Ayan's butt. So Chanel is the problem. Chanel needs to grow a backbone and close her butt off to people's hands, because be your own woman. Like, are you in high school that everybody gets to get in your head and have you treat people this way. I did not like it. I haven't liked it for a couple of episodes now. I've seen the writing on the wall of Ion turning on Lisa. I liked it last season when it was them against the world because it needed to be. Because if you guys don't remember, I told y'all, and we played the clip that Sarah admitted that since season one, last season, Chanel Ion and Stanberry have been secret friends behind the scenes, you guys. So that little angst that Lisa Milan had play out on camera, it was real. She wasn't tripping over nothing. She was tripping because Chanel Ion has had a secret relationship with Stanberry. And the only reason it's secret is because Chanel Ion doesn't have the mental capacity to be freaking honest, I guess, with her so-called best friend. I feel like Chanel Ion loves the colonizers. I really do. Because how are you going to do this to Lisa Milan for Stanberry's butt with Sergio? So you can be a lapdog and add to her list of the entertain. That's the only reason Stanberry wants anybody around is to entertain her. She just sits back and is entertained by the foolery caused by other people. Okay. And Lisa Milan clocked it from a long time ago. Lisa Milan clocked it. She refused to ever bow down and kiss Stanberry's ring. But for some reason, Chanel Ion wanted to kiss the ring. Talene begs Brooks, the black lady, to get on the show, and then immediately turns on Brooks to start kissing Stanberry, the colonizer's ring. I'm just like, is it a rule that when you get around a colonizer, you have to bend the knee and line up to kiss the ring? I'm not sure how Stanberry, who everybody can admit is abhorrent. She's a mean girl. She gets joy out of causing rifts with other people's relationships. It's like a pastime for her. Literally, it's a pastime for her to cause a row in somebody else's relationship and then sit back and ha 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 ha. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, ha 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 ha. I was just having a little fun. Ha 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 ha. And this shit's not fun, Caroline. That's not fun using the town folk to make you richer, Caroline. Listen to Kendrick. Somebody vandalized his freaking wall art. He had a wall art and somebody vandalized it this weekend. I don't know if they're upset that he's going to be at the freaking Super Bowl, which I'm not really even sure how that's going to happen. Because I thought the people at the Super Bowl had to, not that it would be a problem for him, but I thought they wanted the Super Bowl performers from now on to pay to perform at the Super Bowl instead of the other way around. Anyway, but I feel like Caroline is quite the colonizer. She, last season, as it turned out, Caroline Stanberry, last season, Sarah Almadani, not the guru of peace, as it turns out, because Saba told us the truth on Sarah Almadani. She's crazy. And all this being nice and helping people's spiritual journeys heal is a fugazi. She's not a nice person. Let's Saba say it. And even Caroline Brooks is no longer cool with Sarah. But Stanberry was secret friends with Chanel Ion. And Stanberry, season one, did you guys notice that Brooks was very mean to Lisa and Chanel Ion? And remember, they kept coming after Lisa Milan's business. And even at the reunion, they were calling her an escort and all kind. Remember, Stanberry showed up to the escort and she looked horrible. Well, I don't know what that outfit was. I don't know. Stanberry is not a fashionista to me anyway. But they were coming for Lisa's business, calling her escort on TV. And Lisa said it this season that really hurt her. And because it's harmful to be seen like that in the UAE, it's harmful to her brand, it's harmful to her as a Black woman, and it's harmful to her children, to the reputation of her family and her husband. It's not America over there. Everybody's not twerking, shaking their ass in thongs in the UAE. You can't even have a kiss right with your loved one because they're not trying to see all that inappropriate stuff in the streets. And so for Stanberry, who entire life is built off of societal and how they see you in society, knew exactly what the disparaging remarks she was saying against Lisa last year. She knew exactly the harm she was causing because that's her life, you guys. If somebody would have been saying that she was an escort and a thief while she was on Ladies of London, married to that dude who was like royalty or whatever, that would have been harmful to her brand. She knows what it's like to be seen a certain way in public and how it's very important to have your public persona and reputation intact. So, particularly for her to be the one, Stanberry the colonizer, who knows all too well about the caste system and the haves and the have-nots and the illusion of a public persona being intact because of where you are in society. For her to fix her mouth last season and call this Black woman an escort, this mother of children an escort, this wife an escort, and then top it off with she's a thief. Okay? So hypersexualize her and then call her a thief. Okay? Never apologize for it. Did all of that on TV to your 250,000 viewers on the night of and however many in the replay. And it's replayed on around the globe. And never did she apologize with the same amount of energy that she said it with on that show, on that couch. We didn't even get to it until they had how many episodes? Like 14 episodes or whatever. We didn't even get to see Lisa and Caroline address that whole fiasco from last season at the reunion and the treatment of Stanberry and Sergio and Brooks towards specifically Lisa last season. I'm not sure why they were coming for Lisa like that, except for that she's gorgeous. And except for that Sergio was standing too close to Lisa. And except for that Caroline Stanberry's ass is inverted and Lisa Milan's ass protrudes. I'm not sure if she was jealous that I'm not sure what's going on, that Stanberry is so evil to Lisa Milan. For no reason. Lisa Milan is everything. She's awesome. Actually, Lisa Milan gets MVP for me this season because of her refusal to bow and kiss the ring of the colonizer. Stanberry's no fun. Her skinny little legs, her weird, why is her mouth so big? Her hair looks weird. She doesn't have anything going on except for causing a row in other people's relationships. Her and Sergio are practically over. I mean, she married a trophy husband. Last season, they can't keep their hands off each other. And this season, she doesn't want him around. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. She's weird. It's weird. I'm not sure how she became the face of Dubai, why she's the HBIC, or why everybody wants to do what she says. And all for her entertainment, so she can sit back and laugh at you. All of that backstory concerns me now in this season with the demise of Chanel Ayan's relationship and Lisa, because it feels very plotted. It feels like these women went out with an intention and tried to harm Lisa Milan specifically. And then when Lisa didn't crumble under it and came back for a season 2, now they're actively trying to pit Chanel Ayan against Lisa. But it wasn't hard because Chanel Ayan has been secret friends with Stanberry. All through season 1, they were secret friends. Even though she had Lisa's back, which I really love when she has Lisa's back, because I feel like that's what friends do. You have each other's back. And yes, it is at all costs, especially when it's against a colonizer, please. So, and what would have been the big deal to only talk about that behind the scenes? I don't know. Let's get back to it. So, and then this whole narrative that Lisa resents Chanel Ayan forming relationships at work with other women is just sounds so insecure. And I don't get insecure from Lisa Milan. I get that she sees snakes and she knows that they're kind of better off without being in the snake pool. And they don't really need to be in the snake pool, but they need to get along with the snakes. But they don't need to like go hang out for no reason because it always ends up bad. Lisa sees the writing on the wall. Chanel Ayan is going to get burnt in this relationship because look what Stanberry did to Brooks already. She burnt Brooks. Caroline Stanberry last season asked Brooks to go against Lisa Milan and Chanel Ayan, only for this season for Stanberry to go against her. You guys aren't seeing the pattern, but I see it clearly. In the season finale, they had the party. And when they were getting ready for the party, Chanel Ayan and Stanberry decided to send out a little video. And Talene decided to go. And Talene's been there for 5 minutes, you guys. 14 episodes, and she's comfortable enough to tell Chanel Ayan that what she thinks about her and her relationship. No, it's a plot. You guys been sitting around, and I totally get it. They were sitting around, they said, oh my God, next time we see Chanel Ayan, let's tell her that Lisa is her puppet master, and let's make her feel bad about it so that she cuts Lisa off and comes over here with us. Is the plot. Let's go after Lisa's business. It's a plot. Caroline Brooks revealed to Lisa Milan the text messages from Stanberry and others with that, and revealed their plan to attack Lisa Milan's business, you guys. Did you know that? Lisa Milan did an interview last week and revealed that the season's wrapped, the finale's over, the reunion happened, all that stuff. And the only person she's talking to right now is Caroline Brooks. The only person she's talking to, Lisa and Caroline Brooks. They've been going to concerts all summer. They've been hanging out. They're the only ones that are talking to each other right now. And Lisa is hurt because Caroline Brooks revealed to her text messages that proved she was being targeted by other cast members. Yes. Specifically about her business. What kind of shit is that? And I'm with Lisa. She the only one. Her and Caroline Brooks are the only ones with businesses. What does Talene do? She used to sing R&B, and now her face slides. No, I mean, and now she does yoga. I don't know what Talene does. What does Stanberry do except for borrow money from Michael and have Michael pay all of her bills while she's married to Sergio? What does Chanel Ayan do? She just got a job this year, you guys, as far as a business of making makeup and stuff. And all she really does is decide what colors she likes. She's not really doing like the makeup development. She's not pulling a Melody Cherie over there. She just likes what looks good because she has a full-on makeup lady who's taking care of that for her. So it's kind of like she's the face of Ion, but she's not doing product development. She told us this season she just started learning how to return emails. She's not business savvy. What does Sarah do? Sarah goes around and traumatizes her son by telling her son that he was going to be the victim of a kidnapping, and because she likes to tell her son everything. It's called boundaries, lady. That's what it's called, Sarah, guru, health healer. Really, Sarah? You didn't think a good, healthy boundary with all your boundaries was to protect your son the way Lisa Milan said you should protect your son, and maybe not, and let him be, maybe not tell him that the boogeyman's under his bed and it's his maid. Maybe not tell your son that every car that passes by with dark tinted windows is going to take him because he has pretty hair. That's crazy. Why would she have told him that? The most I would have said is, okay, baby, don't talk to strangers. Be on the lookout for any strangers. Let mommy know if any strangers or something like that. But I would not have sat my obvious 7-year-old. I mean, I don't even know how old the boy is. He looks really young. Sit him down and tell him that you're about to be kidnapped. What? Lisa Milan was right. She told you that was a lot. Like, you're supposed to protect their innocence, not traumatize them. She doesn't know everything, you guys. And then let's see, we were on businesses. As it turns out, Saba has a business, um, but I don't know what it is. So Lisa Milan is right. Lisa has a bona fide business. She has a whole brand. It's called Mila Rowe, and she is about her business. Get this real quick. I'm going to show you. They're just hating on Lisa. Mademoiselle, thanks for coming through this morning. It's nice to see you here. So, oh, this is Lisa Milan. I was looking for the interview. But Lisa has a whole business, you guys. What's it called? Mina Rowe? And she's doing Mina Rowe. And I really like her idea. So she was pregnant. And while she was pregnant, she couldn't find any cute clothes to wear. And you know what they say, necessity is the mother of invention. And so she decided to make a trendy, beautiful, luxurious maternity brand. And then after she went to maternity clothes, she did post wear, and now she does skin stuff for while you're pregnant to take the stretch marks away. I really think that Lisa Milan and Candice Dillard Bassett should do a collaboration on her belly oil, because Candice Dillard Bassett's belly just started itching last week or so. And I think that would be a great collaboration and cross housewife kind of thing. And I think that would be great. But yeah, so she has this Mina Rowe belly and body oil. I think that's a great idea. And she's expanding her brand, and these ladies are just hating on her. And it was bad business, I feel, for Chanel Ayan to fall victim to the Caroline Stanberry and Talene of it all. Talene is a little vixen devil. I know Brooks wishes she had more of a Real Housewives of Orange County. Yeah, I did watch. We could talk about it. I wish that she would have been more discerning about that. But it felt like this episode, Chanel Ayan was trying to upset Lisa. She was actively working against Lisa at every turn. from hosting the party with Stanberry to sending out the video. And then every time she did something, we'd have a confessional about how, oh, I know this is going to make Lisa mad, but it's always, oh, I know it's going to make Lisa mad. So she was trying to trigger Lisa. And then when Lisa got triggered, she was like, oh, well, let me top it all off by trying to force her to have a conversation. So you already triggered her. You bring her into the event knowing that she's triggered because you're having the event with Stanberry, who you already betrayed her to by sharing this message with her. And then you want her to kiss your hand. Other people didn't kiss your hand. So why was it such a big deal that Lisa didn't kiss your hand? You already knew she wasn't going to kiss your hand. So why was it such a big deal when she didn't, except for you were trying to trigger her? And then when she responded the way she responded, now she's the problem? No, I say no. Chanel Ayan is the problem. Chanel Ayan is the problem, you guys. I don't care who else. And I'm usually the odd duck. Candace Dillard Bassett did not deserve to get mollywopped. Monique was wrong for putting her hands on Candace Dillard Bassett, period. And Chanel Ayan is wrong in this, period. There's enough to go around. There was no reason. Look, so I've been your friend. I was your best friend. And I ask you, oh, please don't bring something up. You run to my enemy, who I already have problems with, and say, oh, Lisa said she doesn't want me to bring this up on camera. Oh, she's just trying to control you more. Why does she keep running to Stanberry with all of Lisa's stuff, except for Lisa is right that you are working against me with Stanberry? I can't trust you. And Chanel Ayan isn't stupid. She's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but she knows for a fact that she is behaving poorly. She knows she betrayed Lisa, but she was mad at Lisa for Lisa saying out loud, oh, I can't trust you. How was that a problem for Lisa to say the truth out loud? She was caught off guard. You're caught off guard. And then she tried to spin it. Oh, I told Lisa on the way in. Lisa knew what was going to happen. No, Lisa didn't know shit. That's another lie. You've been hanging out with the colonizer just long enough to do their lying and bidding. Stanberry's using Chanel Ayan right now to make her relevant, which is richer, because Stanberry doesn't have a storyline, you guys. There's only so far that blonde hair and blue eyes gets you in Dubai. There's only so far that your emotional support husband, Sergio, and your seeing eye dog get you. You don't have a storyline. Nobody cares about your English parents in Dubai. Nobody cares about your rude ass daughter, Stanberry. Nobody cares. That's not a storyline, having a house built in Dubai. The whole country's getting built up. Nobody cares. Having a husband who you can't keep up with. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Stanberry. She has zero going on. But for some reason, Stanberry's position on the show is that you would think she has the best storyline. She's giving the most. She's not giving anything. She's actually taking away. And she's taking away with her actions of being a mean girl. She's Heathers. Did you guys ever see that movie Heathers or Jawbreaker? Where those mean girls put that jawbreaker in that other girl's mouth and she ended up, yeah. Did you guys ever see Heathers? Where the girl with the scrunchie, the meanest girl with the scrunchie. Did you guys ever see those movies? That's what Caroline Stanberry is given, is she has a whole group of girls who want to sit at the popular table, and for some reason they decided she's the most popular one in Dubai. I'm saying I'm with Lisa Milan. Miss me with that. I'm not. Kiss my ring, Stanberry. We're not kissing your ring. For what? And then I liked when Caroline Brooks called her out. She's like, I'm not kissing that old spray tan lizard hand that Stanberry stuck out. That was hilarious. Yes, cult classic Heather's Mademoiselle. I might go watch that later. That was a good movie. That's a good movie. It's a perfect movie on how to. That's how I learned how to pick out a mean girl. I was like, oh, Heather vibes. Heather's vibes. Staying away from that bitch, right? Because I'm not a mean person. I mean, I'll cuss you out or whatever, but I'm not like just mean. I'm not sitting around actively thinking of ways to break up other people's relationships. Like, that's freaking weird. She has a whole brand new husband. They're in year 2 of their relationship. She should be off sucking freaking Sergio or getting bent over properly instead of trying to figure out ways to come between Chanel Ayan and Lisa Milan. Trying to figure out ways to orchestrate them. And did you notice that Stanberry does a lot of laying back? Like she does work or something. Like it's oh so tiring to order people around and have things built for me all day. Oh, I need to rest. And she's just always lounging. She's such a rich person that way. Talene was a no-go for me this season. I hope we do never have to see Talene again. Talene is not interesting. Her kids aren't interesting. Rafi is very not interesting. You know why I don't like her husband, Rafi? Because he got in Caroline Brooks' face. What man gets in another woman's face, jumps in the middle of women arguing? Okay, we have a name for a man like that, and it's called Mitch. Yeah, it's called a Mitch. When men jump into women's business, ask Peter Thomas. Ask Peter Thomas. Come on, Talene. You should have watched the tape. You should have had old Rafi watch a tape or two. Nobody likes a Mitch. And that was very aggressive behavior he was doing towards that woman. I was very uncomfortable with it. And then for you, Talene, to double down and be like, oh, he's protecting me. Bitch, protect you from what? You started it. You started it, Talene. And now you need protection from a man against a woman who's your best friend for 10 years and got you on this show. Yeah, we don't need to see Talene anymore, but we probably will because she's a minion for Stanberry. And for some reason, Bravo loves people like Stanberry. Zero going on. They're going to make her the face of the franchise and then wonder why everything blows up when she's sending them screeners 13 seasons later, like Teresa Giudice. No. Because you let these people live for so long without a storyline. And then they create fake storylines, and then we may as well be watching scripted TV. And if we were going to be watching scripted TV, then all of these bitches need to sign up for SAG and get their Screen Actors Guild card. Look. Chanel Ayan. And then for Chanel Ayan to try to force a conversation with Lisa at that party. That was a very nice party in the season finale. That house was beautiful. They had Bugattis all in their house. I'm not sure how they get the oil off the rug, but no, their cars aren't leaking. But it was a very nice party. But Chanel Ayan kept trying to force Lisa to do things on camera to make Lisa look bad. What kind of friend is that? That's what Kendrick Lamar is talking about. You use the town folks to make you richer. Stanberry used Chanel Ayan against Lisa Milan. So it looks like Stanberry has something going on, which she doesn't. I can't. I'm glad the season's over. To me, MVP, Caroline Brooks. This season, I liked how she broke away from Stanberry. I did, and I liked how she was doing her thing and stood up to Talene and to Stanberry. Um, Ion, unfortunately, you're a loser this season, Ion, because you allowed a colonizer and a lady you didn't know to come between you and Lisa Milan. That's real, yeah. And then you turn around and blame Lisa. Oh, I never forgive her. She did this. Oh, I'm so. What are you mad at? That is so Karen behavior. Excuse me while you call the police on the man walking his dog. Chanel Ayan is an Ethiopian Karen or a Somali Karen or whatever. How are you making false police reports on your used to be friend and then crying and making it her fault? You tried to trigger her. You had a party to try to trigger her. You brought up the stuff at the party that she asked you not to bring up. And now you're crying that you're the victim? You're an op. Who else is here? Sarah Almadani. She needs to get off the show too. I'm feeling a little Giselle vibe from her. Or who else never has them? Kenya. I'm getting the Kenya Moore, Giselle Bryant vibe from Sarah Almadani, who is manless and now is having these men come but they're not working out. But she had a man to be on camera with because it's a housewife show, but it's feeling kind of like a plant because it never felt like you guys were really into each other the way a relationship that we're used to. And then she said it was because she was Muslim and they don't touch and they don't kiss and they don't and nothing except for talk on the phone and argue, I guess. And then for it to not work out because you wanted to focus on your son. Excuse me, the kidnapping had happened weeks before and now you want to focus on your son? It was just blah. I feel like she's playing in our face about being this spiritual healer. And then all her tattoos are giving me witchy vibes, actually. Her little tattoos all over her body up there is totally giving me witchy vibes. I do not like her white nails. For some reason, they're giving me a P. Diddy vibe. I'm not sure. Sarah Almadani, she's not resting well with me. And she doesn't have much of a storyline either. Except for traumatizing her son, firing maids, and having phone screen time with cute men in other countries, and then trying to control everybody's life here in Dubai. Yeah, but that's not a real storyline. What is Sarah doing outside of trying to control other people on set and traumatizing her son? What is she doing that we're seeing that's like storyline material? Not a lot. Not a lot. I don't know, you guys. Make sure you're smashing the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell. Go ahead. Double tap the screen. Thanks for coming. I know it's early. I know it's early. I don't think that Lisa's resentment of Ion's and Stanberry's relationship is uncalled for because Ion and her had a plan. And now that plan changed and you didn't tell me it changed. You're just showing me it changed and treating me like it changed. But since we talked about a plan, I was hoping we could talk about the plan changing. I get it, Lisa. And then for everybody to just sit around and pretend like they see all this jealousy oozing out of Lisa, the most beautiful woman in the room. Really, the only thing she's jealous of is that her friend, the one person she thought she could count on, turned out to be a freaking op, like Letitia from Love and Marriage Huntsville, an op. Yep. Let's see. And I don't know. Some people feel like you have to meet Lisa on her terms. I just feel like Lisa has clear boundaries and she's like, this is what I expect because this is what we said. And that's what it is. How is that anything different? Yeah, and why should she stand for any disrespect? Talene should have kept her mouth shut and not been pointing in her face and jumping in the middle of stuff. And she wouldn't have got called a bitch because you were acting like a bitch, Talene, and I'll call you one again. I love Lisa. I love Lisa. I know Talene probably wishes her husband was around to get in her face when she was going through it with Lisa. That was very aggressive. I did not like the way he got in Caroline's face. And did you guys notice that we never got a Rafi apology to Caroline Brooks the entire season? And I thought that should have, look, if you're going to let your man cuss out a coworker on screen, then you need to let your man apologize profusely and lick her boots on screen too. That's not, I'm not with no machismo culture where men just get to go around yelling at women and verbally abusing women without it being addressed. Rafi is bad business. I don't care if you wrote the Khalif Belisha or what. Rafi, they need to watch you. And we need to check on Talene every once in a while because he was very comfortable getting aggressive in this woman's face. He was very comfortable to take steps forward into Caroline Brooks' personal space. He was very comfortable to do that. He was very comfortable to have threatening energy towards her. And nobody addressed it. Nobody gives a damn except for me. Everybody's fine with Talene and Rafi. Really? I'm not. I hope they don't come back. I hope Caroline Brooks learns her lesson. The next time thirsty hoes beg you to come on the show, do not let them on. Because your back will be the only place for their knives. The only place Talene's knives went this season was in Caroline Brooks' back. Her best friend for the whole time she's been in Dubai. She told us the very first time we met her. Been her friend of 10 years, her oldest friend in Dubai. Okay? And you cleaned your freaking Versace knives to stab in her back? Really? And it's again for Stanberry? Really? What does Stanberry have going on? Nothing. I think not. I am, and the season is ended a long time ago. They just filmed the reunion. I did ask Caroline Brooks about her and Stanberry's relationship because to me, it felt like last season, Caroline Stanberry used Caroline Brooks to pit Chanel Ayan and Lisa Moore against each other and attack them because at least Stanberry was smart enough to know you can't just come on this show and be in Dubai attacking these black women. You're going to need a black proxy to do it for you, or it might be seen a certain way. And unfortunately, Caroline Brooks let herself be used in that regard last year. But this year, she was like, "No, I'm not. You're not using me. You're not using me this year." I hope we do get Saba back because I would love to see or I think I keep calling her Saba, but her name might be, or wait, is it Saba? I was getting ready to make her name Sabine, but that's Talene and Saba. So Saba, I really feel like she's very demure, very ladylike. And she broke up with Sarah Almadani online a couple weeks ago, you guys. So they're no longer friends in real life. And I would like to see Saba come back and navigate this friend group outside of Sarah. And Sarah actually doesn't have to come back. She doesn't have to. I think she should go mind her son. Because if you had a woman living in your house and you had no idea she was bringing men in to get hair samples of your son, you need to spend more time and pay attention at home, ma'am. You really need to spend more time at home and pay attention. Okay. And I thought there was no crime in Dubai. So it's interesting, actually, that they're trying to spin a narrative that there's some kind of kidnapping thing going on in Dubai. Here, I'm going to Google it. Is kidnapping big in Dubai? Let's see. Are there a lot of kidnappings in Dubai? I'm asking the question for real. Let's go. I'm serious. Are there a lot of kidnappings in Dubai? According to Dubai, the number of kidnappings in Dubai has been low in recent years. In 2017, zero. 2018, zero. Dubai is generally considered safe for tourists and visitors, and violent crime against tourists is rare. The city's strict laws and regulations and heavy monitoring help deter potential offenders and keep the crime rate low. Most crimes against tourists are likely to be petty, pickpocketing, scams, or sexual harassment. The average 6.8 kidnappings per 100,000 people, and it dipped to zero point 0.7 kidnappings per 100,000 people. Yeah, it's zero point 0.3 kidnapping. So that's kind of, I'm surprised that the government of Dubai, because remember when the floods happened in Dubai and everything was underwater? Um, they were very strict and they had a law that you couldn't put out any pictures of any of the catastrophes out there or anything because they want the image of their country to remain like opulent and very nice, and they don't want anything, you know, making it look bad. So they actually were gonna arrest and fine people for putting out any pictures of the destruction when those floods happened. You can Google it. It really happened. They were like, it causes harm to their country to put those images out. So that's why we only saw the images on the first day. After day one, remember, we didn't see nothing. We didn't see about the cleanup. We didn't see when the water was receding. We didn't see them putting the glass back up. Nothing. Okay. And because they're very about the image of their country. So for Sarah Al-Madani to get on, they call it Beyonce's internet, but get on the television waves and make this storyline that kidnapping is so rampant in Dubai that there's this ring that her maid was involved in. I don't know. It just feels like a very troublesome story for Dubai, like for the image of Dubai. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? Mademoiselle says, I don't like Saba. Judgmental and loves to scorn people. I don't know. I didn't get that from her as much as I get from Sarah. I feel like Sarah is the very judgy one and loves to scorn people. Because off camera, Sarah's been doing lots of interviews. And in her interviews, I didn't see anything happen to her and Lisa on camera that she always has Lisa's name in her mouth in a negative way in all of these interviews. Judgmental. Did she get judgmental? I thought she was very quiet and demure about her interaction with the ladies. Maybe I'll have to go back and look again. Hmm. But yes, let's see. Who else do we have? So when the party ended, it ended with Chanel Ion crying, Talene gloating, Stanberry gloating, Sarah Almadani doing nothing, Caroline Brooks, what's she gonna be doing? Nothing, because she's only friends with Lisa. And that's unfortunate, that they've been trying to ostracize Lisa specifically, and now they've done it, because you know how it can get weird if you don't have anybody to film with and all these other ladies are just coming for you all the time. That's not a good feeling. And anybody who's a real woman knows that it's not the quantity of your friend group, it's the quality of your friend group. And I feel like Lisa was more reliant on a quality, real friendship in this TV sphere than having all these women just to say, oh, I'm friends with all these women. Like, I feel like Lisa can't fake being a friend. You know what I mean? Like, she's either your friend or she's not. And that's how people are sometimes in life. Now, get along with these ladies because you're at work, which Lisa does. She interacts. She has fun. She's always down for a good time. She doesn't give people the whole cold shoulder or nothing. She'll interact. But she was only trusting in her and Chanel Ion's relationship. And unfortunately for her, she didn't know that Chanel Ion had betrayed her season 1 by being a secret friendship with Stanberry the whole time, you guys. The whole time. And I agree with Lisa. Chanel Ion is the one who's wrong. And Lisa, Chanel Ion's weirdness about, oh, how could she yell at me in front of my son? She told you she didn't want to talk about it first, Chanel. She told you she didn't want to talk about it. You decide you want to bring it up. Then you guys start yelling about the bragging word. And now you're mad that she was yelling at you and called you a freaking liar, because you're a liar who can't be trusted. She was right, Chanel. She was so right. And then you're just going to go upstairs and cry and take the dress, whatever. Well, you brought all that on yourself. All you needed to be was a real friend to your girlfriend and not go against her for Stanberry, which is what you said in episode 6. You would never go against Lisa for Stanberry. You would never. That's what you told her. And you did, and this is what happens. So I don't think they'll ever get it back together. I think Lisa is actually in a better position to not have the baggage of Chanel Ion's awkwardness. Let her wear her feathers and her leather gloves everywhere. Whatever. Overheat, bitch. Nobody cares. Just go ahead. Overheat. Get mad at your friend because she's trying to make you not look like a freaking ostrich all the time. I'm not sure. But next season, we'll have to wait till after reunion to see who's really going to settle next season. But so far, I want Lisa and Brooks to come back and wreak havoc and them have a party and make the people walk in and kiss their rings and see if the people do it or not. Because they really, Stanberry and Chanel Ion really expected them to kiss their rings. I'm not sure why they did. But yeah, that's not a requisite for a relationship. But next year, let's see if anybody else wants to try it and see who's going to be kissing the most rings. And let's see, anything else? The reunion. It's going to come out about Stanberry and Brooks. The reunion. It's going to come out a little more about Chanel Ion and Lisa Milan. At the reunion, I'm not sure what Sarah's going to talk about, or Talene. Talene just was trying to be like Tamra Judge this season, and nobody really likes Tamra. Nobody likes Tamra Judge, the pot stirrer, Tamra Judge. Nobody really likes her. And the only reason pot stirrers stir is because they don't have a storyline going on. Did you guys notice that? That's the only reason Tamra Judge is the pot stirrer, because she doesn't have nothing going on. The only reason Kenya Moore is a pot stirrer is because she doesn't have nothing going on. That's what pot stirrers do. The people who bring up stuff from about other people, it's because you don't have nothing of your own going on. So if the only thing you have going on a show is to be a pot stirrer, then you don't need to be on the show, because you need to be having a pot to stir, not being a pot stirrer. That's what I think. I think it works better on these shows when everybody has something really going on, and then you guys get together between the time that you really have something going on, have a nice kiki, have some fashions, and then go back and show us what you really have going on. I don't know anybody in real life who is in constant turmoil and conflict with their girlfriend group. Nobody. I do not hang out with bitches like that in real life. If I have to wonder what side I'm on, if I have to wonder if there's going to be knives in my back, I don't even put myself in positions like that. Access is power, you guys. And I don't even allow access to me to drain my energy with some hating ass bitches around me. I just don't. I don't. And I would say that that's more normal and real than what we're getting on these reality TV shows right now. That's what I think. Because if this is supposed to be reality TV, can I get a 1 in the chat? If anybody in real life puts themselves in situations to have, I'm doing air quote, friends attack your character, attack your business, talk ill of your family, and wish you harm. Nobody hangs out like that. Nobody in real life as an adult puts yourself in those situations, because it's called self-respect and self-love, right? So I'm feeling like this reality isn't that real. How she tried to judge Ayan from the beginning. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and see how she clocked Ayan then, because yeah, Mademoiselle, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and see how she clocked Ayan. For sure. And I don't mind. I'll go back and watch that season episode. When Saba got introduced, I'll try to go back and see if I can see that. But I didn't really notice Saba do that. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at it again. But yeah, nobody put a 1 in the chat, because we don't deal like that in real life. No, everybody's peace, every people I hang out with, their peace is more important than a number of things, including company. And the people I know, if you call somebody a friend, that's because they've proven themselves to be a friend. You know, we're not just like out here being like, oh, you're my friend. Oh, you're my friend. And you haven't done anything to be my friend. Stanberry's the problem. If Stanberry was off this show, I bet everybody would get along so much better. But Stanberry, to me, I'm not sure where she got this power from. I'm not sure if production told these ladies, oh, this is Stanberry's show. You guys are just in Dubai, because Stanberry used to be on Ladies of London. So she's really the Nene of this show. without having to earn it. I like on shows when it starts an ensemble cast and then one person emerges, the HBIC, and I feel like that's what happened with Nene. She emerged the HBIC. Vicky Gunvalson emerged the HBIC. Teresa Giudice emerged the HBIC. On Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you know what I mean? They emerge. They aren't like installed like the current Democratic nominee. They're not installed. They emerge naturally. It's like an organic. They're not placed there. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. But we're on our hour. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to really get this out of the way. I'm looking forward to the reunion this week. And I hope that we get some closure. And I hope we get some moving forward. And I hope that Chanel Ayan is able to make sense of the cue cards that Stanberry gave her as talking points, because we already know she doesn't have any thoughts of her own. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see whose hand is up Chanel Ayan's ass at the reunion. Yeah. And I hope Talene can apologize sincerely. But seeing as how Brooke said she's still not talking to Talene, and they had already filmed the reunion, I don't think that Talene said or did anything at this reunion to warrant Caroline Brooks' respect and friendship again. Nor did Chanel Ayan and Lisa. Lisa's done with Chanel Ayan. Chanel Ayan is done with Lisa. But this whole narrative that it's because Lisa did something, I haven't seen anything Lisa's done for her to be the one that's blamed in the demise of this relationship. I see it that Chanel Ayan betrayed Lisa and then flipped the script and is now crying that she can't be trusted, because you can't be trusted once you betray somebody. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming to LRGA Curves this morning. I might come back and talk to you about the OC. Did you guys see Mademoiselle, though? Real quick. Did you see the video I posted 4 days ago? It's called RHOC Beef, Vicky G versus Tamra J, Gloves Off, because Vicky has a podcast, and on her podcast, she was talking very freely about Tamra Judge. And because to me, Tamra's been horrible this season. To Vicky, to everybody, Tamra's been horrible. She's trying to be good TV, and she's just being horrible. Yeah. So she did this video where she had just had her chemical peel and another facelift. And so she was crying without moving her face. It looked really painful. And Vicky, just leave me alone. You come in here so mean. You kick me when I'm down. And I'm like, that's exactly what Chanel Ayan did. Where, bitch, how are you crying about somebody being mean when you're the meanest one? How are you crying about somebody kicking somebody when they're down, when Shannon Bedore has been on the ground for 2 seasons in a fetal position, covering her head because you guys are kicking her so much? Anyway, it's weird. It's a projection thing where you're the evil one and then all of a sudden you project that onto somebody else. So weird. So weird. But yeah, check out that video. Because I showed what Tamra said, and then I showed what Vicky had said about Tamra with her fake tears and Tamra with her no storyline. Yeah, she went in on Tamra. And she only did that because it's true. Tamra is nobody's friend. Tamra wants fame so bad. She stopped talking to her daughter for 10 years and stopped talking to her mother. Who stops talking to blood so you can be on a reality show that you got fired from and asked back to? Tamra. Anyway. So you guys, smash the button, smash my like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell so you can get notified when we upload videos over here on LRGA Curves. Thanks for coming through this morning. Go out, have a great day. Remember what I always say, there's enough to go around, so go get some. Happy Monday, all. See you in the next video.